Hey, how you doing, everybody? Ron Savage. Listen, in a little bit, I want everybody to just hang out and just keep aware that I'm gonna put a live event with Pat McDonough. He's gonna have a live event, and we're right here at this wonderful, beautiful place, the new Seasoned Mariner waterfront restaurant. It's freaking terrific. That's what we're gonna have, and it's gonna be nice. And just hang out. And when I'm gonna make it live. I'm gonna do a live, and I'm gonna do a video. You know what I mean? So go ahead and it's nice out and everything. It's so nice. You're gonna have fun. Eat a waffle. Come on and do something. And just letting you know that there's gonna be an event. I'm gonna have it live on the Book of the Face. So be there, be square. Pat McDonough. Bada bing.
Maryland, Baltimore County is a sanctuary county. I don't know whether you know that or not. But it was created by an executive order by Kevin candidates. I have the executive order. I'm going to ask our lawyer, Wayne, to review executive orders. This one, first day in office, I will call in the media and I will draw an X. There will be no more sanctuary county in Baltimore County. And there are a bunch of those, okay? And they're going to go. Now, we had our first tax increase in 30 years by Johnny Olszewski, his first week in office. He has increased the county budget by 35% in 4 years. That's a record. The police by 8%. That's defunding. He has increased the debt. Now, what's happening with debt? We have something called inflation, right? And what is the Fed doing every week? They're increasing the interest rates. They're increasing the interest rates on Baltimore County debt. Okay? We have $1 billion debt. It's the highest we've ever had under Olszewski. And our property taxes have increased. He said, look, that's the state's fault. No, there's a thing called constant yield that the county executive controls that says we can reduce the constant yield even though the state increases the assessment to balance it out. I have the power to do that. They lie. They lie constantly. If you saw the TV show last night, they were lying, as usual. And me and Dave Foldenauer, the president of the FOP, were on there telling the truth. And finally, housing. We are now a county that has an 80% increase in poverty in 10 years. And housing has a lot to do with it. We are now a county that has more housing rental units every year than housing ownership. Section 8 housing is not Section 8 housing. Section 8 housing is Section 8 rentals that the taxpayers pay for. And that speculators and hustlers from New Jersey and Virginia are investing in Baltimore County to buy homes and turn them into Section 8 rentals. They don't care about the poverty in this county because they don't live here. Now, we are going to pass whatever legislation we can through the Housing Department in Baltimore County. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put a stop, temporary hold on all housing negotiations related to rentals. We're going to establish a commission. We're going to look at who are the owners of these houses. We're going to look at how the quality of life has affected neighborhoods. What is the response rate? We have 40 inspectors in Baltimore County, only 2 for Section 8 housing. That's going to change, I can tell you. So, what do? We have to do something positive. I'm going to call in all the bankers, all the financial people in Baltimore County and everywhere else I can go, and we're going to set up a home ownership fund. And we're going to promote home ownership in Baltimore County. And then I'm going to talk to Jay-Z and Will Smith. I might even let Will Smith smack me. But we're going to talk to them because they are promoting billions of their own money into housing ownership across the country. They have a great plan. We're going to talk to them to come into Baltimore County. So things can be done. Things can change if the leader and the people want it. Most politicians don't give a damn. They don't care. They don't return your phone calls. They don't fix your problem. I worked for the last county executive that was a Republican. I was his campaign manager, Roger Hayden, the late Roger Hayden, 30 years ago. Sometimes I used to sit in on the big decisions. But I know where everything is buried in Baltimore County. When I was a young man, I know you're looking skeptical. He was young. Yes, I was young. In my early 20s, I worked for the greatest mayor that ever lived, William Donald Schaefer. And he said, gave me some good advice. He said, Pat, politicians don't have a creative bone in their ass. They're not creative. We are going to create things. I don't want Baltimore County to be safe and just a county that's doing okay. I want Baltimore County to be a success. I want Baltimore County to be greater and better than it is. You know, I'll tell you, Johnny Olszewski is an ambitious politician. When he makes a decision for the police or fire people aren't happy either, especially the volunteers, by the way. When he makes a decision, he thinks, how will the voters in Baltimore City feel about this? How will the voters in Montgomery County feel about this? Because I might want to be governor someday. How will the Washington Post feel about this? Now, despite my youthful good looks, I'm a mature man, okay? This is my last rodeo. This is my last hurrah. When I make a decision about Baltimore County as your county executive, I'm not going to give a damn, excuse my French, about the voters of Baltimore City. I'm not going to care about the voters of Montgomery County. I don't care about the morons at the Washington Post. All I care about is, will this work? Can we afford it? Will it make a difference? My whole campaign has nothing to do with Donald Trump. The Sun will do an editorial and call me the Trump of Baltimore County. Has nothing to do with Donald Trump. My campaign has nothing to do with Joe Biden. Lady the other day said to me, what do you think about abortion? I said, well, number one, abortion has nothing to do with my job. I said, number two, I'm pro-life. But I will tell you this is where my job crosses the roads with abortion. If the parents of a child in my school system are both pro-choice, I will do the best I can to make sure that child is a success, has a good education, graduates, and does good. I don't care what the parents are. Pro-choice or pro-life, that's not my job. My job is to take care of that child. That's the approach I take. The reporters are going to ask me about issues like that, but I'm sticking to my guns. I am not Donald Trump. I am not Joe Biden. If I'm anybody, I'm William Donald Schaefer. Okay? And I am looking forward to doing the right things for Baltimore County, because they can be done. We are a wealthy county. Olszewski gave $90 million to education who didn't even ask for it to hire social workers and counselors. Okay? That $90 million for me would go to these guys sitting over here from the Fraternal Order of Police to hire cops, to build a training center, and to do the things we need to do. The budget has the money if you have the leadership. So finally, this campaign has a slogan, Save Our County. It's on all the signs. This is a movement. When I'm finished with this, if I win, I'll do the best I can. If I don't win, we'll continue to save our county. And the thing that I pledge above all else, I stand by this. I will never allow Baltimore County to become a failure like Baltimore City. If you're a young person and you riot in one of our malls, or you do something stupid, or you want to be a squeegee professional, I will give you a job. I will give you a job. I will give you a job cleaning nursing homes, cleaning hospitals, cleaning the sides of the road, and I'll give it to you when the first time you try to do it. I'm not going to give you a ticket, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you that job, but guess what? I'm not going to pay you a dime. It's called community service. And I will plea bargain with you and say, you want to charge with 2 laws that you have broken, or do you want to do community service? But I'll tell you one thing, you're not going to get away with this nonsense and do nothing and have no consequences. Young people have to be taught there are consequences to things when you do something wrong. And this county is going to be a rule of law county. Baltimore County comes first, and our people come first. I'm proud to be that kind of county executive because I will tell you this, we've never had one. And I'll be honest and straightforward. When a reporter comes up to me and says, what do you think about your colleague, the mayor of Baltimore City? I will say, he has a tough job, and he's not doing it. So for the first time in the Metro Baltimore area, reporters in the media and television and the press will be getting straight answers that they haven't heard before. They're finally going to have a leader with a pulpit and a megaphone that's going to start to say things that you like, that you would say, and getting that on television instead of the BS you hear all the time. So anyway, I want to thank Valerie. She's done a great job, smartest woman. Smartest woman in the world, 35 years, never been wrong once. And a lot of the folks that are here, to all the sign guys, Neil Howe. We have, what's your name again, sir? Jim. You're not a sign guy. We have Andy Esposito, and we have Scott Collier, very active in the community. They've been helping us put up signs, and Pat Laurie has helped us. So our sign crews are growing. They're going to see more and more signs. We're going to reach out to those independents. And I think we're going to have enough money to do some television. So if we can get the television. But I'm telling you, I think people are ready. I think people want change. And I believe we're in this race. And I think this is going to be the biggest upset in the state of Maryland. And I want to mention it's a good year for Republicans, I think. What they did to Trump, invading his house, stealing his materials without real legal constitutional authority, and made all the Trump people, 80 million of us. Now, and most of us, we like Trump, we have problems with Trump, but we like the America First agenda. That's what we support. Well, our 80 million strong in America, of course, look at him now as a martyr, right? But let me tell you where the real danger is for the Democrats. This is the danger. Those independent voters and those undecided voters across America, they look at this and they say, you know, those Trump people have been talking about the corruption in the FBI and the Department of Justice and the deep state. And you know, after this incident, I'm beginning to become concerned that they might be right. That's what the independents and the crossover voters are thinking. So all the polls indicate that this has backfired on the Democrats. And I think as more and more comes out. Remember when Biden said he had nothing to do with it? And now the archivist said the chief gave him the information and he had to issue the order. Look, Biden lied, can you believe that? And then finally I think they're going to find out that in 1976 there was a law passed during the Carter administration that strengthened the power and the authority of the president to retain his papers. Very powerful law. Now that's what's going to go to court. They're going to say, yeah, that's his papers. That's for his library. That's for his history. And it's going to backfire. American people are going to say they shouldn't have done that. So anyway, this is the comment. So in Maryland, I'm going to talk about, of course, our gubernatorial candidate, Dan Cox. I know Dan. I've known him for many years. In fact, I encouraged him to get into the race. I was one of the people that encouraged him to get into the race. And we've got to vote for him because, number one, he has 10 children and he needs a job. But Dan and I were talking before he ran, and he was talking about lieutenant governor. And he was talking about different people. I won't go into detail. And I said, Dan, you got the wrong idea. Let me tell you who you have to put on that ticket for lieutenant governor. My very good and close friend, Jordana Schiffinelli. He said, well, why should I put her on there? And I said, well, because she's tall and beautiful. No, that's not what I said. I said, because this is the year of the woman. The woman who is a fighter, the woman who is a leader. She got rid of the Black Lives Matter movement on the Eastern Shore. She got rid of the superintendent that was the Black Lives Matter advocate. She had 3 children in the school system. She elected an entirely new school board on the Eastern Shore. Her own efforts, a write-in vote. I said, you need a leader who's a fighter. And she is from Yugoslavia. She grew up under the communists. If you ever hear her personal story, it's amazing. She's a lawyer. She's an economist. She's an instructor at the Naval Academy. And she is a fighter. I said, Dan, that's what you need. That's what you need. He said, no, I think I need a black candidate. I said, no, you don't. I said, you need a real candidate. And now she has been, he picked her, God bless him. He picked her. And she's been a real asset. She's been all over the state, speaking everywhere. I think she's going to be a great asset. And I told her, I said, you know, after you're lieutenant governor about a month, you're going to call me. She called me every week anyway. She's going to call me and you're going to say, Pat, you SOB. The Washington Post called me a Nazi. The Baltimore Sun called me a racist. And they're on me every week. Why did you give me this job? I said, no. I said, you're tough. You can take it. And also run for Congress. We have, against Dutch Ruppersberger, of all people, we have Nicola Ambrose, who's running for Congress. And she's a good candidate. So we have good candidates running. We could get a few wins. We might surprise some people, which would be fantastic. I think the country's going to turn around. I think we're going to have big wins in November. And I believe we're going to be very successful. And we all know the country needs it. So I want to thank you all for helping us out. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for coming here. As I said, the next event is with General Joe Nattens at his home. And he'll let some of the people in who likes them. Now he'll let everybody in.
There's a pat down.
Yeah, he'll let everybody in. So anyway, thank you all very much. God bless America. God bless Baltimore County. And finally, God save America. Thank you very much.
Amen.